I'm 27, no, about to be 27 in May. I came out when I was 19, which was really difficult. Um, I was raised in a really strict Baptist church home. Um, and so growing up, I would always hear like the homosexual story in the Bible, like homosexuals are going to be condemned and all that stuff. So, but it didn't register with me until I knew what I was. And so, like, I would say about second grade, I kind of figured I wasn't like the other boys in my class. I didn't know what it was. I just knew I wasn't like them. And then it was middle school when I heard gay for the first time and what it meant. And I was like, oh my God, like, not going to say that to anyone. Um, and like most gay guys I know here in West Texas, they start out like, maybe I'm bi curious. And so in my head, that's what I was telling myself. And I never said it to anyone, like not my best friend, no one. I hid it like really, really deep inside, and I hated myself for a long time because I'm still a Christian, and so I always was fighting with it, like, why would God make me this way, and then say it's wrong. And so um, I dated girls throughout high school and all that good stuff. And then I was in college and I was part of the Baptist Student Ministries. And we were going on, they were sending us on different mission trips throughout the world. And I got sent to Wales, United Kingdom, when I was 19. And scared to death, I'd never been in an airport before. And so my first time I'll be flying to England. But I was there for 3 months, and I didn't want to go at first just because I was in a really bad place with my religion and everything. And so while I was there, I was working with youth, teaching them um, life skills and stuff like that. And then I was also working with a graphic design company, helping a little nonprofit get their start. And then it wasn't like throughout the entire process being over there, like little things kept popping up just over and over and over and over and over again. And it wasn't until my last week that I was there. I was in my room and I journal a lot. I've done that since I was a little boy, and not anywhere in any of my journals did I ever say I think I'm gay or bisexual or anything like that, just because I didn't want anyone to find that. So I was in my room and I was journaling, and I just stopped and I got really emotional. And for the first time in my entire life, I said out loud, I'm gay. And it literally felt like the world had just been lifted off my shoulders. And I was like, wow. So that week after, I was like going crazy in my head just because, like, oh my God, I actually said this. And when I was flying home, flew into Chicago, and I was in Chicago, and I called my mom. My mom and I are like this. And a little backstory about my parents. My dad is very conservative, was born in a small town, has lived in that small town his entire life. And then my mom was this party girl from Florida and has tattoos and piercings and all this stuff. So they've been married for 28 years. And so I called my mom and I said, when I get home, I need to sit everyone down and talk to y'all about something. My mom's like, is it bad? I'm like, I don't know, maybe. Because my entire life, like, my mom knew prior to me knowing. And so, like, growing up, she always was like, Casey, if you need to talk to someone, like, we can take you to a counselor. That's strictly confidential. Like, they don't have to share it with anyone. I was like, Mom, no, I'm fine. Like, but after I had come out, she told me that's why she was doing it, because she knew I was all hurting inside. So I hang up with her, and I'm around all my missionary friends. And so I'm sitting there, and we had an 8-hour delay in Chicago. So I'm sitting there, and less than an hour later, my mom calls me, and the first words out of her mouth was like, this thing that you want to talk to us, is this dealing with your sexuality? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, you're gay. And I was like, what? And she's like, no, da 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 da. I've known for like 12 years. I'm like, really, Mom? And she's like, yeah, yeah. And she's like screaming, going berserk. I'm like, okay, Mom, calm down, calm down. And she was just super happy. Well, when I got home, my mom had told me, um, when I first called her to tell her I needed to sit them down, she walked in the living room after hanging up. My dad was watching TV, and she's like, when Casey gets home, he has to say something to us, and he's going to tell us he's gay. And she walked off. My dad was like, what? Mom said, Casey's going to tell us he's gay when he gets home, just so you know. And he's like, okay, cool. And so my mom told me that for a year she had been like working with my dad, because she said if I had come out any earlier, it probably would have been a different story. Um, he sent me a text message that said, "Hey Casey, what's it called when you're gay and you're not gay anymore?" I'm like, "What?" And he sends me a picture of him holding a bottle of Ben Gay. He's like, "I'm like, Dad." He's like, "You thought that was funny?" I was like, "It's so cheesy." So my dad does stuff like that all the time with me, so that's awesome. And so I left the United States straight, Casey, like blue jeans, boots. And I came back in skinny jeans. I had a scarf, and Mom's like, okay. And so when I had come out, I had all this energy that I was like suppressing, and it was like a unicorn had like just blown up, like, and I was like super gay in your face. If you don't like me, you can get out of here, because it's me. And I did get a lot of backlash in West Texas. I was I was petrified. There was a kid in high school who was gay, and I saw how people treated him, and I was terrified. Um, and so I did everything possible to like suppress that, and so for a while I became homophobic. And after coming out, like I saw what I did, and I apologized to the people that I um, hurt. Um, so yeah, it was really difficult. But I have had my car vandalized. I've had my apartment broken into and vandalized. I've been jumped a couple times. Um, Last Friday, I was at Denny's, um, and I was walking to the bathroom, and there was a group of people. It was like 2 in the morning. I was eating breakfast, and yeah, um, and I was walking to the bathroom, and there was a group of like 7 or 8 people at a table, both male and female. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, can I ask you something?" He was really nice about it, so I walked over. I was like, "Sure, what's up?" And he said, "Hey, faggot, can you come suck my? And then I'll take you outside, and I'll slice your throat open." And they all said stuff while I was walking to the bathroom, and I got to the bathroom and I held the door shut because I was terrified. And I splashed my face with water, just try to calm myself down. And I had to walk past them to get back to my table, and they were still saying stuff. While um, the manager was sitting beside them, and she came up to me and she's like, "I'm so sorry. Um, they said that. Like, is there anything I can do?" And I'm like, "It's fine." Like, and so she went and got the cooks and walked over, and she's, "Y'all need to get out of here now, or we're calling the cops." And so it's not been the easiest thing, but I am who I am, and my entire family has like supported me. Like, um, not one person in my family um, turned away from me. So it's been really awesome on that side. And honestly, I think my mom has more fun with me being gay than I actually do. she she's like, "I'm gonna put a gay flag in the yard." I'm like, "Mom, I love you and I love your energy, but you're in West Texas, a small West Texas town. Probably not the best idea." She's like, "No, I want to." I'm like, "I just for your safety, please don't do that. Like, I love you, Mom, but just reel it back." But my parents come to Pride with me every year. They have ever since I come out. My dad has a pin that says, "I'm the proud father of a gay Christian," and he wears it to church and stuff like that. So it means a lot to me. I, I didn't tell anyone in my town until a couple days later. I had just flown in and told my parents and stuff. Well, um, I didn't have a computer, so I went to the library. This was in the summer, and I went to it was a room about this size, and it had computers, and I logged into my Facebook, and I wrote this really, really long post, and I sat there for about 4 hours before I posted it, and I was sweating, I was shaking, and I was about to delete it, and something in me was like, "No, you have to do it." And I posted it, and I shut it off, and I went home, and I didn't for like 2 or 3 weeks. I was like, "I'm not getting on Facebook." When I finally logged back in. I had probably over 400 notifications and messages um, of support. Um, so that was really awesome. A lot of people were like, "It's about time it came out," and I'm like, "You didn't know I was gay?" They're like, "Yeah, we did," and I was like, "No." um, yeah, so it's been interesting, and my boss here, um, I work in child and family services, like that field, and I've never once been comfortable being who I am in my work, even though I love my work. But my boss, where I work now, um, gave me my first pride flag a couple months ago. I had walked up to my office and this huge pride flag was draped over my desk, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And my boss comes, she's like, "I wanted to get this for you. I knew, no, you don't have one." And I started crying, and she's like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I've been doing this kind of work for 7 years, and not once have I ever felt comfortable. And my boss is the one who gave me my flag, and it meant a lot to me." And my boss goes, she sets up a booth at Pride, like she's super supportive. Um, so I'm very blessed in that aspect because I can be myself at work, and it makes me happy. And yeah. So prior to coming out, my relationship with God was really strained. I was always angry, um, questioned him a lot, like, and I kind of hated him, just because, like I said, like, why would you make me this way? And I prayed every day, every night for 18 years, like, God, take this away from me, please, like, just do it. And that mission trip going to England was a long process on where they put you and how they do it and everything. And I told the small group that I was in, the leaders that were deciding where we were going, I was like, I don't want to leave the country because I can stay in the country and I can drive. I don't want to fly. And I told them there was one specific mission trip I wanted to go to, and it was in Florida called Give Kids the World. And I was like, I want that one. If I don't get it, don't place me anywhere. And so about a month later, I get an email saying, "Congratulations, you're going to Wales, United Kingdom for 3 months." And I'm like, no, no, I'm not. Like, and so I prayed about it for a long time, and raising money for that was the most difficult thing I've ever done. And it just, no matter what I did, I felt like it wasn't working. And so I I didn't want to go. Well, I finally did go. I was like, "God, if you want me to go here, I don't know what you want me to do here, but I'll go." And like I said, that entire time over there, little things were popping up, like just showing me how accepting it was. And it, like I said, the last week, I finally said it. And a lot of Christians, when I tell them this, especially in West Texas, that my relationship with God now that I'm out is so much stronger and clearer, because he told me, he's like, "I made you who you are. Like, that's not a mistake. Like, so stop worrying about that and start doing what I'm telling you to do." And that's why I'm in the field that I'm in now. And so my my faith is a lot stronger because of that. And you don't really find that here. Gay Christians, like, it's really hard to find that. But I'm proof that you can be gay and be a Christian. I've been told that if I come into a room with people, I I like bring light into it. So that makes me feel good, because prior to that, I was really quiet, really shy, really reserved, and so now I am who I am, and it's a lot of fun being me, just because I'm really out there most of the time. I do drag occasionally, um, not a lot, just because it's expensive, and I don't like shaving. I have a My face gets like 10 pounds heavier when I shave, so I don't like that either. But yeah, I just think it's just being able to be me, without the fear of, like, is someone going to find out my secret? Like, it's awesome. Like, yeah, my mom, my entire life, has always told me, be true to yourself, and don't let anyone change you. Um, and that's how I've lived my life. Um, wasn't truly living by that when I was in the closet, but once I came out, um, that's what I stand by. Um, I am my true, authentic self, um, and I'm happier, and Just keep being you. Um, it will get easier. Um, and don't let the people around you scare you or intimidate you, because it's not worth your time.